Hello, and welcome to the darkest timeline.
Film podcast.
Hello and welcome to the Darkest Timeline. I'm David,
I'm Ian.
I'm Brett.
I'm Dylan.
and today we watch Tom Clancy's Die Hard Modern Warfare. Coming soon to Xbox One.
Sponsored by Mercedes-Benz.
It's true.
Yeah, no, we watched It's a Good Day to Die Hard, and it wasn't the worst movie we've ever seen.
Wasn't the best movie we've ever seen.
It also wasn't a Die Hard movie.
Zing.
No?
It was a Die Hard movie.
It sure had John McClane in it. It
It's-
had John McClane in it, and it had Die Hard in the title, and those were the two similarities to other Die Hard movies.
That
That
is-
and Breaking Glass.
Oh,
A
yeah.
lot of broken glass.
Yep. Yeah. And elevators. Every Die Hard's had an elevator in it.
He also
Lots of movies
says
have elevators.
he also says
You know what?
yippee
Shut
ki
No, he doesn't. Did he say
actually-
this?
He does say yippee ki
I missed that.
Yeah.
as he's driving the truck out of the helicopter.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
right, the truck out of the helicopter.
Oh, right.
Yeah, don't
I
worry
was
about
going to
that.
write down something that I liked about the movie, and then that happened, and I forgot what I was going to write. So I
Yeah.
don't think I have anything
There
for
it
that.
was. Yeah. Yippee-ki-yay.
I missed that, though.
So this movie, John McClane is in Russia. His son is a spy of some sort,
Working for the CIA. His son's Jason Bourne.
and they get into a lot of gunfights as they try to get out. They try to extradite someone who they think is a good guy,
Well-
but surprise is a bad guy.
One of them tries to extradite him. The other one's just a dad.
Not just a dad.
Yeah.
No,
He's a
he
dad on
is.
vacation. Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
He's reminding you he's on vacation every other scene.
Yeah.
And he ruins.
Can't you tell by his flip-flops?
People
ruins
die.
yeah.
So many people die in this movie because of John McClane.
Yeah.
This entire
Especially
movie
at
is
the
his
beginning.
fault. And he won't admit that it's his fault.
And the
he
worst-
says you're welcome.
And the worst part is he like berates his son for being a like FBI spy. He's like, you're
CIA.
a spy. Who gives a shit? You're a spy? CIA? FBI?
Yeah, he makes fun of, you're successful. You're
He's
not
like-
just a random cop like
Right.
me.
He's like, you're a piece of kid who's made something of himself. Guess what? I'm an ex NYC police officer who is now retired and old. And guess what? You suck.
If this is him on vacation, I would hate to see what it looks like when he takes a sick day.
No. No. And John McClane too, because it's like his son made something of himself without a father. And he's like, you're not my dad, you're John.
Well, he was his father. It's like,
Well,
he
yeah.
was just a cop father, so he wasn't around much.
But that's the point. It's
But
like,
it wasn't like he pawned him off on some relatives or something.
well, kind of. Was he there? He's never there.
Well, still, he was living in his house.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Yeah, John McClane was alive.
So the first act, we see Yuri, a stereotypically Russian good / he's a good guy, but he's going to prison.
Yeah, he's got
in
that
trial
Russianness about
for
him.
something about.
Well,
that?
he was him and that political guy, the whatever president. I don't know what he was.
Yeah, who cares?
Him and that guy were partners at one point, and they were doing some bad that which caused the Chernobyl incident.
Oh, those
What?
fuckers. Those
I missed that.
yeah.
Flash forgot. You
Yeah.
might have been talking during that. part.
Cry me a river.
I talked through a lot of
You
this
did.
movie.
You
I
talked.
did not care through a lot of this movie.
That said, there are only like 2 important talking
Yeah, there are,
scenes
like-
in this entire movie.
There were like
hit 'em.
3 if you count the very end.
There were like 4 or 5 plot points at all in the entire movie.
You mean boo
And that was
points?
one of them.
Four-
You mean boo points?
4 or 5 plot points. Give them to us.
But
Yeah, give us 3 of them.
Yeah, like we remember those.
Yeah, exactly. Go yourself.
Jack McClane, his son, is in trouble in Russia because he shot a guy, and John is going to get him, or is going to go see him. He wants to, I don't know, he wants to see
He
his
wants
son.
to look
He
him
wants
in
to
the
look at
eye.
him, look him in the eye and mock him for being in prison in Russia. I don't know.
Yeah, that didn't make
But
any sense.
he wanted to, he felt like he had an obligation to his son or something.
Oh boy.
Part of the story was that he was supposed to be in Russia. I don't know.
Yeah.
Ugh.
The, what'd you say his name was? The Russian guy?
Yuri.
Yuri. He wanted to get his daughter out of the country along with himself and his key. All of this was a lie.
Yeah.
He was
On
actually
to the next plot point.
Yeah, he was actually it was a later plot point. He's working with his daughter and
Who
not
he
the
was
other
hots
people.
for.
I'm sorry. I
Oh.
swear to God, that's the next plot point.
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh wait, no. The next plot point was that his daughter was actually working with the bad guys.
Yeah, there's a few twists. His daughter's actually working with the bad guys, but then it turns out that him and his daughter are actually working for themselves and not the bad guys, and they kill the bad guys, but the other bad guys are still working for them.
And technically, they're the worst guys.
Yeah, they're the worst.
There's
guys.
only 15 lines of dialogue in this entire movie, so the fact that there's so many twists and turns is kind of impressive.
But the best part is his daughter has a nice pair of chesticles. I looked Dave straight in the eye, and he did not like that.
This movie suffers from mastermind syndrome, where the guy who's pulling all the strings couldn't possibly predict that
Oh,
it was
yeah.
going to go the way it was going to go.
Well, it was poorly written.
in order
sure.
for him to be like, this was my plan all the time.
Especially since John McClane is not supposed to be there for any of his plan.
John McClane literally meets his son in the middle of the road, in the middle of a chase scene. And he's like, hey, you want to
That's
hug
true,
it out?
actually. I did not realize that. He did just meet him in the middle of the
Yeah,
street.
he stopped the thing, he stopped the van, which made the entire movie happen and screwed up every.
Bruce Willis ruins blues, ruins movies.
What?
He's like a big blues guy, and he has terrible music.
I didn't know
He
that.
plays the harmonica. It's not good. Also, did you know this is the only Die Hard that's not actually a pre-written script?
Yeah, it's it's the only Die Hard that is an original idea, not based on something else.
Right.
Which
And
is
it's terrible.
Yeah, it's why it's bad.
This has the same plot as Jurassic World,
Oh,
which
boy.
is
Better?
run.
Dinosaurs.
Well, in this movie, nothing.
Well, that's
nothing-
also Bruce Willis, by the way.
Technically, stuff is happening all the time, but because of that, nothing ever happens. As soon as they get through something, as soon as they stop running to catch their breath, they get like 3 lines of dialogue in, and then something happens that makes
Right.
them run again.
Which is why they're bleeding.
That's the
like, I'm
entire
bleeding right
movie.
now from glass. Meh.
Yeah, the entire movie is supposed to be exciting, so none of the movie is exciting.
Zing.
And that was a really bad part of this movie. I think
Yeah.
we should jump into worst parts.
Well,
instead of
really
best
quick,
parts
I
first.
literally just had a line that said predictable and garbage-ish.
Yeah.
Garbage.
Garbage-ish.
It's
All right.
not great, but it's not terrible. It's
There's
not good.
something in this movie that irked me, that bothered me to no end.
The whole movie?
Can't be the thing, Brett. You know that.
The thing that was beyond the just awful.
The movie.
So the third act takes place in Chernobyl,
Yes.
and they're dealing with radiation,
Yes, they are.
but they don't understand it. The whole idea of
The screenwriter.
radioactivity.
didn't understand
Yeah, the screenwriter does not get radioactivity.
it. Not at all.
And so you've got like people wearing radioactive protective suits, and then they come in with like some magic Febreze and get rid of the radiation.
What the woman says there is something like it destroys the radiation.
Yeah,
Trust me.
But the worst part is it's not even on her face. It's just like over some shot they've already done.
Right. And so they not only do they take off their full suits, which I had to have taken a while,
Yeah.
but they also some of them strip down to just their pants, like they take off their shirts
Yeah.
to
Well,
show
There
their
was
tattoos.
The one huge Russian guy who had all the tattoos and was built like a tank.
Right, with CCCP on the back of his neck.
He had to do that because he had a bunch of tattoos and was built like a tank, and it's in his contract.
Well,
He
fair
has to
enough,
take his
fair enough,
shirt
fair
off.
enough. Yeah,
And
yeah.
and I was hoping for more from that guy. He just
Wow,
showed his
really?
tattoos.
Well, there you go,
he,
Dave.
he had like
Hey,
20
he-
seconds of fight, and then he died in an explosion.
right.
it.
I was hoping for him going one-on-one
Yeah,
with
director's cut.
John McClane.
Yeah, but he would have won that fight.
Yeah,
because
no,
he was built like a tank.
But John McClane is about 65 years old.
Yes, we
And
would have broken like a
bald-headed.
toothpick.
But he could have outsmarted him. That's the whole thing
He
with
could be taking calcium pills.
the original Die Hard was not about being awesome. It was about having grit and being clever.
Yes, but the John McClane in this movie is not smart.
Yeah, and it's kind of a dad that fell into like the movie. He was like, "Oh, this is my son's movie. Well, I'm already here,
Yeah.
so."
I had a thing written down that was I could see the movie that was written first in this movie
Yeah.
that does not contain John McClane at all.
And they're like, "Oh, guess what? He has to be in this movie."
Well, and they just put John McClane in it. It didn't have anything to do with
yeah,
Die
no.
Hard.
No.
It was just it was
Jai Courtney.
it was like a halfway. It wasn't even this was before casting.
Oh, okay. Fine.
But it
Well,
was-
I'm saying Jai Courtney's character.
Yeah, it's Jai Courtney's character, but
Justin
it's just
Timberlake.
It's just him. It's Justin Timberlake's not a terrible actor.
He's not.
No,
good.
I'll stand by. I like him.
Oh,
Yeah,
barf,
I like
barf.
Justin Timberlake.
Oh, I'm in a
It's hard.
pie of terrible.
Justin Timberlake has this quote where he's like, "The hardest thing in my life is like I have to constantly remind people I'm not an."
Good luck. Good luck, Justin.
No, he's hilarious in SNL, and he looks like someone I want to punch.
Really?
That's-
'Cause-
Especially 90s him with the frosted tips.
I think it was.
Oh
I think
my
it was
God.
technically early 2000s, and his hair looked like ramen uncooked. It was god awful.
Well, at least you know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
So the worst part for me, just to recap, the radiation, the fact that people are fucking skinny dipping in radioactive
Oh
material.
yeah, they're washing them genitals.
And the two main characters, John and John Jr.,
Jake.
never, ever, even, like, at least the bad guys have suits, radioactivity resistant suits.
Sure.
These guys fucking walk in with leather jackets.
I don't think they had leather jackets.
Yeah, stay tuned in for the sequel, Die Hard with a Tumor.
AKA Die Hard with a tumor and leather jacket.
That was just awful.
Does the tumor
terrible.
have a leather jacket, or do they have leather jackets?
Well, technically,
know.
the tumor is also wearing a leather jacket if it's inside of that.
Technically, the leather jacket is a tumor.
Did they grow another person that could be considered a tumor? Who is now
Why are we
wearing a leather
talking about
jacket?
tumors?
Guys, welcome to Tumor Talk
if
with
the
Dylan
next-
and Ian.
If the next movie only takes place in his body and the white blood cells become anthropomorphized,
All right,
What?
you're
And, like, they
off
have
the
to
cast.
kill the
This
tumor?
is not Cancer Cast.
Wait, you've turned this into Osmosis Jones. You need to stop.
Is that a
Oh, I
comic
didn't
book
even see
character?
it. I mean, your joke. I saw the movie.
I thought it was a movie, but I was like, is that too much?
Well, it's also a cartoon.
Oh, at all.
It was a show as well. Yeah.
Oh God, yeah. It
So what else
also
was awful?
I have my awful scene.
Go for it.
It's the taxi scene in the beginning of the movie.
That does not pay off.
It's the first taxi scene.
No,
It
no.
pays off.
It technically pays off because he mentions the roundabout again.
I've
He
literally.
knew the girl was lying because
Guys,
he knew the roundabout would have been slow, and she
I'm
said
sorry.
it was fast.
Whose worst scene is this? I've literally said two words. Taxi
It's
scene.
a horrible callback, though. Go
God.
ahead. Go ahead, Brett.
Well, that's it, guys. Thanks so much. No, it's the taxi scene, and it's not for the reasons why you say.
You know, like Russian driver?
I hate Russian driver.
You know, like Russian singing?
Okay, the main thing is
My kind of town. That way, that's Chicago, not New York.
you're an idiot. The main part that I hate so much is it's such a big deal in the preview. They're like, "Welcome to Moscow," and then that's it. They're like, "Bleh," and they hard cut on that. It's literally 2 seconds in the movie.
No, that's
They make a big deal, and it's basically two old men in a cab with false teeth, and I hate it.
You don't know if that guy has
They
false
both
teeth.
have fake choppers, and it's obvious.
You can't just decide
They don't look
people
real.
have fake choppers.
I bet
Are
my
you
on it.
All right.
I'm looking right at you, Ian.
No, I'm not looking at you.
Bet my on it.
Uh,
Oh, he eye looked me.
I think
Guys,
Bruce Willis would prefer you call it porcelain veneers.
welcome to Moscow.
That was a terrible scene.
Well, it was
Horrible,
awful.
horrible, horrible.
It was terrible. Chompers. All right, Ian.
I don't know,
Did I take
man.
it? Was the chompers?
No,
Okay,
no,
fine.
no. I'm actually. I almost want to call the cabbie driver. Like, I almost want to talk about him,
Go for it.
but I'm not going to.
Fair enough.
I guess I don't know. There's something I got a problem with. John beating up a civilian and stealing his car in the beginning of a movie.
give him a
That's just a
break.
straight up criminal act.
Yeah.
It's not like
Give him a break.
there was no excuse for that. Like the guy was yelling at him, and he was just like he punched him out and just said. He was like, I can't understand your language, and
I'm
steals his
American.
car.
Yeah.
And I'm like, What?
He then proceeds to take that car and go off-roading in the middle of a freeway.
Yes.
And at one point,
Possibly killing some people.
I heard a little old lady scream, and I think he ran her over.
Well, he also drove over the mini cars and driver and passenger sides of mini cars, and people would have been in driver and passenger seats. God knows, broken glass.
You're welcome, son.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Also, him not. I don't know, man. Him not taking responsibility.
He's just-
for his actions.
Oh, no.
At all.
Yeah.
Classic NYC cop.
Oh my God. He just made me angry for not accepting that all of this was his fault.
Russia just hates New York. Yeah. Dylan?
I didn't like in the ballroom scene after they were handcuffed or whatever.
Oh my God. I just realized there was one bit of dancing in that scene.
There
And it
was.
was ballroom dancing.
I think I missed it.
When the dude was kicking the guns away,
Yeah,
he did a dance while he was doing that.
I did miss it. I did
Yeah,
miss it.
and
It was weird.
and they called him the dancer for the rest of the movie.
I like that.
And
The dancer.
but in that
okay.
scene, after they're handcuffed and they're sitting on the ground, they're about to be killed, and then John just starts. He sees that Jack is has like pulled a knife out of his boot and is like trying to cut his binds, and so John just starts laughing, and then Jack starts laughing, and they just start making fun of the Russians as a distraction.
Love it.
Well,
try
it's being loud so they can't hear the knife, which is dumb.
Yeah, it's a classic Good Day to Die Hard.
But I just their horrible fake laughing as a distraction.
No, wait, that's
really annoying.
That's all of our worst days, right? To Die Hard in this movie so far. Real quick,
I got another thing.
Those were our
I have
worst
one
days
too.
to
No,
Die
man,
Hard.
I'm going first.
go for it.
I going first.
Go
That's
for it.
Good English there.
Yeah.
Speaking of English, then Russian, then English, then Russian, then English for no reason
They
in the
can't
middle of
keep-
conversations.
Oh, yeah.
Like when all the Russian people are together and there's no
English.
Americans anywhere, they're speaking in Russian. Then someone will look some way,
they're
look
speaking
back,
English.
then they're speaking English.
Yeah.
Then back to Russian. No reason for it. Oh, they're just practicing. Everyone's taking this English class together, and so they have to practice while they're in regular life, so they really get good at it. Because
it's
eventually they got to go to America and really make it big. Because
Yeah.
America is the land of dreams.
Oh, of course.
They're passing
they
around
will-
the Rosetta Stone.
Yeah.
Yeah, they-
Hey, bird copy of Rosetta Stone. You listen.
The
Come
actual-
on, bro.
A gigantic stone, Rosetta Stone.
Oh,
Here is
jeez.
how you speak English.
Read.
I'm reasonably certain English wasn't on the real Rosetta Stone.
Yeah, it wasn't.
And by reasonably, I mean 100% certain.
Ian, go back to college.
I refuse.
I put 1 day? This happened in 1 day?
How did you manage to do that with your voice and writing?
1 day? It's a lot of...
Well, to be fair,
1 day?
Oh, yeah, I get that.
Question,
Okay.
well, you
question
see,
marks,
well, you
yeah.
see, Brett,
Yeah.
a day is
Uh-huh.
24 hours long.
Oh.
Okay, and this movie was an hour and a half long, so it
So-
cleanly fits into 1 day.
By
So
the way,
that's a John McClane day.
yeah, this movie had to try its hardest to be an hour and a half long.
Oh,
we
yeah.
sure
Okay.
did.
A lot
So-
of padding.
To be fair, most of this day was spent in an
Helicopter,
in
Russian
an
talk,
airplane
oh.
going from New York to Russia.
No. You
because
think-
the opening scene is him in New York boarding the plane.
Well, okay, so you can't say in the movie, as much as his day consisted of was just flying and drinking mini bottles in the plane, but actually being in Russia, it was mostly finding his son immediately and then all of a sudden getting in gunfights. It was an hour 45 at best.
It was
No,
an hour 37 with
Listen,
credits.
okay, that's the movie. I'm giving them a brush period. Like, okay, maybe we
What does
missed
that
him
even
running up
mean?
some stairs, or like, oh shit, Dad, I gotta pee. Something. Yeah, there's
Oh, you mean
there's
actual time for them to...
Yeah,
well, they
yeah,
also
yeah.
had to drive to Chernobyl.
Well, we're not gonna give them that because they're real close. I'm guessing.
no, Chernobyl's
It's a
pretty
movie.
far away from
It's a movie. Go ahead, you can say it again. I'm sorry.
Say what?
To Chernobyl Prime. Sorry.
I
It's a movie.
You know what I'm really curious about, Brett?
I am married. Yes. Oh, what?
Did you like anything in this movie?
I did.
Did you?
Yes.
Because
My favorite part would be Bruce Willis. And
who's that?
Bruce Willis,
Bruce Willis. He is the Hispanic version of Bruce Willis.
Hispanic stunt double of Bruce Willis.
He does all the harrowing stunts of like jumping out of windows and
Jumping through windows and shooting
anything
out
with
windows.
glass and
falling down through windows, and
perfect. And he also does like all the helicopter stunts and
especially the helicopter stunts that involve falling through windows.
And repairing the windows afterwards, but it has nothing to do with this job.
It's just lucrative.
racist.
You didn't have to make it.
That was like that was a hard silence after I said that.
Yeah, it was.
Cut all that out. I'm out of here, guys. I'm taking the phone. I'm taking the mic. Everything.
Don't touch it.
None of that's yours.
I'm out of here.
Don't touch any of that. My favorite part was what's that guy's name?
Jack Courtney?
No,
That's
what's the Russian guy's name?
Yuri.
Who gives a
Yuri.
Russian guy.
Yuri's daughter.
Yes.
Big fan of Yuri's daughter.
He's talking about boobies.
They weren't even that
No.
booby. She was
Oh,
just-
really? Acting chops? Go f yourself.
No, it's not the acting job.
She had a neck.
Lipstick choices.
No,
She did. She had a very complimentary shade of lipstick.
You know what? Get the f out of here. Come on, man. It's our boobies. Let's all get real.
They weren't that big or anything. They weren't that special. But yeah.
Okay, cool. I'll take
So what
it.
else do you like about it? Or just her? She was.
It's just like
Don't
the
say
saving
boobies.
grace of the movie. It's just something you can actually watch.
It's her boobies.
I think you're fixated on something, Brett. Would you like to tell us what it is?
Guys, I'm married. I'm married. Come on. She's good. She's good. She's good. Boobies.
Hey, Brett,
What?
have you been drinking?
No. Her boobies. What?
Oh, I'm sure.
No. Come on, guys. Let's
Then
all.
we've been-
No. Guys. Come on. This
is
real.
gonna be one of those podcasts.
No. This is. Come on, guys. Boobies. What?
This is gonna be one of those podcasts you listen to later, and you're like, "Why did I say that? Why did I say that?"
Come on,
No,
come
here's
on,
the
come
thing.
on, guys! I'm married. It's
doesn't
cool.
listen to the
Everybody's guys. Come on, I'm
Right,
married. It's jokes, boobies. It was her boobies, wasn't it?
So, Dave, did you like anything in this movie?
Yeah, it is a toss-up. I'm torn between two things that I
Dude.
like
Sure.
equally well.
Left and right boobie.
One is that
I never should have mentioned that woman.
this movie is the cinematography in this movie is great. It looks pretty.
It is.
Oh, I'm gonna debate you on that later.
100%. I think they put some time and effort into it.
The action scenes are a little disjointed, kind of hard to follow.
Yep.
I'm not talking about the editing.
No, it has to do with the shooting, though.
I'm saying the colors were really
Individual
nice.
shots, things like that. They were.
The color
good.
correction was nice. The constant star flare was terrible.
The star flare.
Ooh.
Somebody wanted to. Be
Every
JJ.
shot was like blown
Yeah, okay.
out.
There's a couple star flares that I don't think need to be in there, but by and large, I thought it just cool. It had a fun, gritty feel
It
to
did.
it. That
It looked right.
It looked pretty.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So that's on one side.
Overall, it did, but I felt like I was looking through like a constant window. Like every like light went.
So
Blue.
how about this one?
What?
I towards the end of the movie felt that Yuri very much was Dos Equis's most interesting man alive.
That is the Russian version.
The Russian guy.
Yeah,
with
right.
the-
A
I just-
Russian most interesting man.
yeah,
Russian
and-
X's.
by the time I couldn't, by the end of the movie, I couldn't see anything but the Dos Equis guy as the bad guy.
It's the
He had a
great goatee.
great beard.
He had a great beard.
Yeah.
My favorite part of the movie is that man's beard.
Whoa, who could blame you?
Guys,
I really don't actually have a favorite part of the movie.
You should
That-
say that girl's boobs.
That
by the
movie,
way.
that beard was so great, it should have gotten its own star flare.
Yeah, just a little star flare off the white at the end.
All that white goatee tip.
And I'm gonna say my favorite part of the actual movie is the movie it could have been.
Oh, that's sad. No, don't. It's so sad.
The lower budget, like kind of smaller studio spy movie that's just kind of about a spy that's been burned and he's trying to finish his mission no matter what, even all the times he's betrayed and all the different twists happen. It's the same movie,
Right.
except John McClane's not there.
Right before the producers is like,
And-
hey, if we made it a Die Hard movie,
Yeah.
we get an extra $50 million.
And it's
Boom.
lower budget, so they're not trying so hard to have all the crazy CGI stuff that makes it seem less real.
They did have some CGI though.
Yeah.
That helicopter like car
Seamless.
scene throwing him in.
Seamless.
I could have closed
Seamless? You mean
Seamless.
semen?
I could close my eyes and see a much better movie.
It's true.
Not semen.
Here.
Here. God.
Close your eyes and see a better movie. If you close your eyes, you still hear this movie.
So
Yeah, I'm walking out.
I mean, not during the movie, like at another time. Just close
Here's-
my eyes,
Taking a
sit down,
vodka
and
snooze.
see a better movie.
here's how I would want to make this movie better.
Oh boy.
This movie, I felt the fundamental error in this movie is it was not a Die Hard movie.
No.
Oh yeah.
In that most Die Hard movies have to do with some sort of bank heist, and there's some cleverness there, and like
There's definitely
cat,
clever to the
and
movies.
cat and mouse, right?
Yeah. Well, and they're not spy movies.
Right. So there is that other movie that's embedded into this movie that
Yeah.
also is not a Die Hard movie.
Yeah.
If we took the Die Hard version of this, what I'd want to do is I'd want to put the whole thing back. This came out in 2015,
2013.
14.
13.
I think.
14,
100% 13.
almost.
13.
It was almost 30 years.
Maybe.
It's 13.
Almost 30 years since
No.
the first one came out.
Oh, okay. The first one. Yeah. Last one was 2007.
So we put it in one building again,
well, absolutely
and-
we do.
and we flip the script so that the Americans are the bad guys and the Russians are the ones trying to stop them. And John McClane has to figure out which team he's on.
But not even like his son takes a pile of poop on them.
No, his son is totally on Team America,
Ooh.
and he has to figure out if that's the right thing to do. That's how I would fix this movie.
Oh, we're doing fixing movie now.
Yeah.
You didn't
know what?
realize that?
So I would
I did
would
not
fix
either,
this.
actually.
I would fix this movie by giving it to a smaller studio, taking away the name Die Hard, and making it into
Hard
a
Die.
more
It's all about dying T-shirts. Hippie movie.
Rough death.
and make it into that lower budget spy movie I was talking about. There was a more intimate one man affair. That's just
Yeah,
be so much better.
007.
Basic-
Oh,
It'd be a bad Bourne movie,
would
but
be
it'd
a
be a
bad
better
Bourne movie.
but it'd be a better movie than this.
Okay. It would be a better It would be a bad Bourne movie, but a better movie than what it is.
But I don't know if it'd be a better movie than Bourne Legacy, which was the worst Bourne movie.
Yeah, it would be a bitter ending for a Bourne.
A bitter ending for a bad Bourne
I
movie.
have to say,
Yeah.
Yeah.
a better day to die hard. I think would be better if actually John McClane was in a retirement community in Boca Raton, a Boca Raton film, and it was all. If you film in Boca Raton, they pay for it basically.
I would
So-
accept that if Bruce Willis was in a retirement community.
Well, I'll get there. Hold on. Now he's not in a full blown retirement. It's a semi-retirement, comfortable living areas, whatever they call it, with a pool and like a shuffleboard and like maybe a
shuffleboard?
kind of a
What kind of cheap
kind of
place
a,
is he going to?
Kind of a saucy bar in the pool kind of area. You know what I mean? A swim up bar. And he gets his Mai Tais. He gets his shots when they close down. Quote
He
unquote.
shoots the shit with Ving Rhames, who's
Oh.
still alive.
Yeah.
He's
Love
still
it.
alive, right? No, he's dead.
No, he's definitely dead. But at this movie time, he's still alive.
Ving Rhames is alive. It's
No, at what year? He is dead now, currently.
Ving Rhames? You're thinking of
Green Mile guy.
that's not Ving Rhames.
No.
no, that's
It's Michael Clark Duncan.
Yeah.
No, I'm thinking.
Okay,
the
poor man
dude
Ving
from
Rhames.
Daredevil.
That's Ving Rhames.
That's Michael Clark Duncan.
Holy guys!
Yeah.
That's the same guy?
Welcome to
We
Michael
cut
Clark
all
Duncan
this out. I
cast.
feel like such
Michael
a
Clark
racist.
Duncan is dead. But Ving Rhames and Michael Clark Duncan
Getting the
are
same roles, guys.
very, very similar builds. Those
All I'm
men.
saying is he's got.
I was
like,
on something. Everybody had cut in with the Michael Clark Duncan and Ving Rhames.
Duncan.
I know it sucks when people cut in on you.
That was a slam. I'm gonna go call my wife.
Yeah, but a retirement community.
I had something there. I lost it.
You know what that would be then? That would be the movie Red.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot they actually made two of those.
That's one
Red
of the-
and Red 2.
The first one's good.
The
Second
first
one's
one's
like
great. I pre-ordered that.
Wow, that's
On DVD.
committing.
How many DVDs do you say you own?
Or how many DVDs
How
have
many
you pre-ordered?
movies do I have? I would go with that. How many movies
no,
do I
no,
have?
I don't want.
Yeah,
digital.
how many hard
No,
copy?
no, hard copy
Hard
movies.
copy
How many hard
movies.
copy movies do I own? I don't know.
including
Wait, really quick?
including sets of movies.
Yes, really quick. I guarantee you, I have more than you do.
probably.
Several.
You have an
hundred.
actual job.
Oh, there you go.
Well, we still have several hundred.
yeah.
I would have maybe 200 or 250.
We have more than that. Pretty sure.
Wait, hold on. Cut it in half.
We have a few large collections.
I am
of
one person though.
of like 50 movies.
And my wife also hates that I
those-
have records and DVDs.
Records, hell yeah, high five.
Oh, right.
I only have 3 DVDs.
What?
That's how
Get
many.
the hell out of here.
That's how many DVDs I had when I moved here 6 years
That's how
ago.
many DVDs I had when I had sex.
Do you want to guess what they are?
I don't know. I'm just making it up.
What are these 3 DVDs? I'm curious.
Secret of Nim,
Austin Powers.
That's where your character got his name, isn't it?
Yeah,
The
we all hate
Princess,
David.
The Princess Bride,
Okay.
good on you.
No. It's okay on you so far. Let's hear the third.
double feature of God's Army and God's Army 2,
See,
the
no.
Mormons story about missionaries.
What?
That were in Los Angeles.
No.
It's not a movie.
Someone gave it to you. You don't,
No, I'm
wait,
not a
did you
Mormon.
buy it?
I came to LA with Lake Placid. Okay?
That's amazing.
That's a
I
great
know.
movie.
That's my favorite movie
No!
of all time.
Ian, we're stopping the podcast at this. Your favorite movie is Lake Placid?
Okay,
That's a great
it's
movie.
Not it's not
Shut
my favorite.
up, Dylan.
It's
Lake
not my
Placid.
favorite movie for any good reason. It's my favorite movie because our parents let us see that when we were little. Like right when it came out, we got to see that because they knew we'd appreciate it.
No.
Because it's so full of sarcasm.
Stop. Full
And it
short.
completely.
What's a better
changed
movie than that?
Princess Bride,
Well, okay, fine. Name a second one.
Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Yeah, okay. You could name Annie. It's still better than that movie.
I don't like Annie.
Of course, nobody does.
Is Lake Placid the one where the crocodile eats a bear?
No.
No.
Cow. And
Wait, does it find a
and-
bear at one point?
No, it doesn't. I
No.
don't think it is a bear.
And stupid, what's her name from Golden Girls serves it to
Betty
me.
White.
Betty
you-
White, amazing.
Oh, you guys. Lake Placid?
You just man, Betty White's awesome.
She is cool.
What's your
Come
backing
on, your
her
favorite
for?
movie, though?
Okay, but it's not for any good reason, so you can't hold it against me.
It's a really
It's
fun.
not for any cinematic reason.
It's a really fun movie.
It is fun.
It is
fun.
entirely our sense of humor that we were raised on.
It is fun. You're right. Okay, there's a lot of things going for it, but there's so much against it.
Like what?
Like the movie.
That's not a
Like
reason.
the plot of the film.
It's not specific.
I'm
It's
reasonably
specific
certain
enough.
we were talking about some kind of spy movie, but for the life of me, I can't put my finger on it.
Die.
I'm not sure the screenwriter could either.
Die. Placid? Die Flaccid.
Oh, it does fight a bear.
That's probably in like one of the weird sci-fi movie sequels.
Yeah. Well, no. It does not have a sequel.
Yeah, well, yeah. it
No,
does.
Lake
there
Placid.
are like 3 other Lake Placid movies that the Sci-Fi Channel made that are just horrible.
No, Lake
Okay,
Placid.
not that I know of then.
Lake Placid 99.
That was
He eats a bear.
really. I
What?
do not remember it eating
Yeah,
a bear.
a bear comes out, and then it just like they're like, "Oh crap, a bear!" And then
Oh,
the
yeah,
alligator's
there
like,
was-
"Bam!"
And
like
the worst part is, not only is there one, there's 2. There's 2 Lake Placid crocs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's terrible. That movie's terrible.
and they were like, "There's 2," and Betty White was like, "You didn't ask me about the second one."
Damn you, Patty.
Oh, I love that movie.
Yeah, that's a good
I love that movie because I was raised on it. Okay,
It is a terrible film.
It's my sense of humor.
It is good, but terrible.
I am the audience for that movie. I am
I
exactly
need
what
to
they
see
had
that
in
movie
mind.
again.
It was
I am
very
too.
cheap and it made a lot of money.
It had some pretty good CG in it.
Much better than this film, I'll tell you that.
For 1999.
Oh yeah, that was
99.
great.
It still holds up. I say I haven't seen it in a while, but
That
I
said-
think it still holds up.
That said, I would fix Die Hard. Oh God, what would I do? I said that just to bring us back to the podcast, and I didn't have anything to follow it with.
Oh boy.
Give me 2 seconds.
Recast Jai Courtney with Tracy Morgan.
No, Jai Courtney with Ja Rule.
Wait, that
No,
wouldn't, that
Jai
wouldn't make
Courtney
it
with.
that wouldn't save the movie though.
Yeah.
It might make it. I almost said funnier, but that's not the right word.
It would make
No.
the trivia more interesting.
No.
Originally,
it wouldn't.
Jai Courtney was going to take this, but the casting
Ja
director
Rule.
f***ed up and got
know
Ja
what?
Rule.
Add half an hour.
No.
Add half an hour and let character building happen.
No.
Force the screenwriter into doing character building that doesn't have to do with much action.
I'm out. I pull out. No.
That's why you don't have kids, Brett.
Oh, for fuck. I'm married. No, don't fist bump him, you f***er. My goodness. Fist bump on the you don't have kids.
No, it was.
I'm outta here.
It was
I'm outta
on
here.
the way you didn't.
Ian.
I get it. Listen, I am older than you, sir.
Good, I know, but I look older than you.
Listen. Back to Jai Courtney.
Why would we be Jai Courtney?
What do you guys think this was better or worse than Cop Out?
This is the worst day I've ever had in my life.
Wait,
So
better
far,
or
so.
worse than Cop Out?
Cop Out.
No, it was way better than Cop Out. Cop Out. Please, twins, get to know you. Cop Out.
You know what? I don't know. I guess I liked it better than Cop Out.
I'm having
No.
I don't know though.
It's just better.
It's rough. It's a very different kind
Yeah.
of movie.
I'm having a really
and it
hard-
doesn't have a plot.
I'm having a really hard time comparing them in my head. 'Cause
Cop
they're-
Out, did you like
They're
it?
both so bad.
Yeah, but Cop Out, was it good?
No.
Okay, so A Good Day to Die Hard, was it good?
No.
Okay, Cop Out, was it okay?
No.
No.
Okay, A Good Day to Die Hard, was it okay?
No. You can see where my problem
Really?
is.
Good Day to Die Hard was okay.
Yeah, I guess Good Day to Die Hard was okay.
I'm gonna say this one was better because
Absolutely.
this is an action movie, and all we got was action.
I suppose
That's
it's
true. It is the perfect action movie, but that doesn't make
But
it anywhere close to a
Cop
good
Out,
movie.
Cop
No.
Out is a buddy cop comedy
that fails
I
at being a
guess
buddy cop
that
comedy.
fails at being a buddy cop
Okay.
comedy.
It succeeds in being its own genre, so I guess it's better.
Yeah, but man, that's rough getting
Yep.
there.
Good question. How about this? Is G-Force better than this movie?
No.
Of course not. No.
Where would we put this in our lineup?
Oh god.
I don't even want to talk
I
about
put this
it.
immediately below Punisher. Punisher was much more enjoyable than this film.
You don't think there's any movie we watched between this and Punisher?
What did we watch between this and Punisher, guys?
No, not literally
Not
watched
literally.
between.
but
Oh,
like
oh.
any of the other movies we've watched, you wouldn't put any of them in between this and Punisher?
No, I hated a lot of the movies
Ooh,
we saw.
he might be right.
Yeah, I hated a lot of the movies we saw.
Well, I like Daredevil more than this movie.
No. Well, man.
No, I can see that.
Actually, you
It
know
is-
what?
Daredevil's better than this.
Also-
I like Daredevil as a piece of movie compared to this one. So
Also, it has Michael Clark Duncan.
No.
No, because
That's all cut out.
Daredevil is unforgivable strictly because of the playground fight scene.
No.
Although in this one, he gets flung off of a helicopter into a glass window and
50 feet away.
and then down several stories of glass floors for some reason.
and into a pool.
yeah.
Listen,
Into a pool that's in Chernobyl.
So
Listen.
Yeah.
which one is worse?
And has a lot of glass in it.
I will
There's a
give
lot of
this.
glass in that
Daredevil
pool.
wins over this movie because Daredevil has Bullseye in it, and that is awesome.
Yeah, no one in this movie had as much heart
Yeah,
as
no.
Bullseye.
I guarantee
Back to
you.
that?
I guarantee you. What's his name was acting out those lines in his own apartment. He was trying so
Yeah.
hard.
practicing with peanuts
Oh yeah, he was.
at the dinner table.
Still, they're like,
We're not
the
talking
movie's
about
over.
Daredevil again.
We are.
No, we're not.
No,
we already
we
went to
got-
Lake
we have-
Placid,
we have
and
to-
now we're
okay.
not doing this again.
So definitely below Punisher and Daredevil.
Yep.
But above G-Force, Freddy Got Fingered,
Electra.
I Frankenstein.
Electra.
All 5 ratings I could take a.
Ooh.
Yeah, I Frankenstein's worse than this.
Freddy Got Fingered's bottom. Okay, so nothing beats Freddy Got
Yeah,
Fingered.
that's the floor.
Yeah, that is.
That's low.
Underneath
Actually,
my
no, that's
foot.
literally 6 feet under.
I'm pooping on it.
Even fewer of the cast members in I, Frankenstein enjoyed being in that movie. Jai Courtney included, who was in both those movies.
Oh, Jai Courtney.
You mean we could have gotten here quicker?
Hey,
We could have gotten
real
here
quick.
much quicker.
Jai
We
Courtney?
actually-
Jai
we-
Courtney, listen to this podcast because you suck.
Hey, no, I have nothing against Jai Courtney. He just signs into bad
Hey,
movies.
my name is Brett, and I think you suck, Jai Courtney.
Although
works
I
out
don't
one-
think it's not his fault about this movie, because Die Hard's had a pretty good track record. So if someone's like, "You want to be in a Die Hard movie?" You don't go, "Can I see the script first?" You go, "Yeah."
It's true.
And so not his fault at all.
Jai, you suck.
That's how Samuel L. Jackson got.
No, that guy will literally agree to anything.
No,
he'll
that's
be on
how he
this
got
podcast.
stuck in.
If you paid him to.
Well,
got
yeah,
s-
$20.
He became a Jedi because someone came up to him and said, "Hey, do you want to be a Star Wars film?" And he's like,
Yes.
"Yeah, of course." I don't know if that's a true
It's
story.
the same
or not.
with it's the same with any movie he's been in.
Did you just say, do you want to be a Star Wars film?
Yeah,
Be in.
No, he
Be
did say. No, you missed the in.
You can
Nope.
rewind
won't.
the audio
No.
and you'll see
You're
my enunciation
No.
is flawless. Someone came up to him and said, "Hey, do you want to be a Star Wars film?" And he's like,
Hey, do you want to be a Star Wars film? Do you want to be a Star Wars film? Do you want to be a Star Wars?
He is in every movie because he wants to continue acting every day.
"Jai Courtney."
No, not Jai Courtney.
I don't feel one way or another about Jai Courtney.
Oh, he's terrible.
Yeah, he's okay. He's not a bad. He's good in Spartacus.
Yeah, he's vanilla like yogurt in film.
Yeah, he doesn't exactly. He doesn't have the
Yeah.
flavor
Anything.
or the flair
I have
to
nothing-
be his own.
I have
leading
He
nothing-
says
man.
the lines with enough inflection.
I
Where
have
you're like,
nothing
he's acting,
against Jai Courtney.
but you have nothing for him.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean he's
He's
fine.
there.
He's
Yeah.
yet to have a role that like propelled him into being like, oh, he's like a really good actor.
Yep.
And he's done a sufficient amount of push-ups that his chest looks like ripped.
His chest
And-
specifically
yeah.
looks very ripped.
And David has noticed, guys.
There ain't no shame. That guy was doing some squat. He's P90X in it.
Where is Willis's call out? That guy's got buff
He was looking
upper
okay.
body, bro.
He was looking okay. For
There's a lot of wet shirt stuck cling
Yeah.
on that body.
I wonder if. Never mind.
No,
I'm not
go
gonna
for
answer
it.
that
Go
question.
for it. Go for it. Go for it.
I
Go for
wonder
it. Go
if
for it.
They helped him with that, like gave him some strong body padding.
Yeah.
Because he was looking.
I think he's got the discipline to work
I
out.
think they give him coming like a Halloween costume underneath, kind of strap-on fake.
Yeah, like a strap-on chest.
Yeah.
I don't think he'd sink there. I don't
Guys,
know.
really quick, Dave and I have done the strap-on chest, so we both know. Guys,
It was very uncomfortable with the two of us.
mine's okay. Well, the nips were hard on the chest, so it looked weird. I always looked like it was cold. It was a hot day. Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay. So
Good day to die hard, guys.
good data hard's basically middle of the pack. is
Good
what
day
I'm
to
hearing.
drink hard.
Woo!
Yeah, middle of the pack. Pretty bland, but not like the worst thing.
Yeah. So don't watch it. But if you're in an airplane,
Yeah, if you're in an airplane 3 years ago,
No,
if you're getting really excited about going to Moscow for a vacation,
Dave's got a pen.
any miscellany.
that friggin' cab driver in the beginning of the movie, who is really up on American stuff. I like to imagine that he finally did get to go to New York and become a cab driver there.
Nah.
And he's the same guy. Because in this movie, he was basically your stereotypical Russian cab driver in New York.
Hashtag goals.
Yeah, you dress for what you want to be, you know? And his personality
Was he dressed for a cab driver?
I'm saying like his personality was being that
Oh.
way. He was trying to be that stereotypical Russian cab driver in New York, and I think he finally got there someday. I like to think that's where his life ended up.
well, no, he's still in that roundabout.
He's still stuck in traffic.
There's a part of my family history that comes from like Eastern Europe, Russia-ish.
Oh, brag, David, brag.
And I like to think that guy is a relative of mine.
Oh, come on.
Like I've seen that.
You just want more
my,
actors in your family.
No, not like the cab driver.
Yeah.
The cab driver. Just sort of like I think they nailed awkward Russian, which is
Yeah.
my wheelhouse.
I like to think
You're
that
not an awkward Russian.
I like to think that guy, he'd been waiting his entire cab driving life to finally meet an American from New York who was a cop. And so he could
Right.
sing to that man.
That's what I was going to say. It's just a proud dad trying to find his son and what he's doing now.
This movie would have been more
Terrible.
interesting if the team up was Bruce Willis
No.
and the cab driver.
No.
Isn't that already like a movie?
Yeah, it was like number 3.
No, it's called Taxi Driver, and it was with Queen Latifah and what's his name, who has a TV show now? Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah.
Garbage.
I never saw that movie.
Nobody did.
There was more chemistry there.
That should be the next movie we do.
Well, there's no one in that's in this.
Whatever.
Probably.
Oh, David's sad. Sorry.
Yeah, so what are we watching next?
What are
Well,
we
hold on.
Watching
Terminator Genesis. How
Wait,
about
no, that shit. I was going to say this.
Well, you don't think that's going to be a bad movie, Brad?
That's a
Oh, I
bad
know
movie.
it's a bad
that?
movie.
Okay, have any of us seen that?
No.
I haven't.
Okay, David's the only one who's seen
Yeah,
it.
I've seen it.
Well, I just want to say this about this film. It's a terrible last scene that there's a lady driving a helicopter and she's so bad at driving, it's into a building.
That's not the last scene.
It
Also,
is.
that's not driving. It's
Yeah,
It's
just flying a helicopter. And also there was a truck hanging out of the back.
But then
of
they
it.
jump out and they give the finger to her as they drop. Oh yeah, I forgot about the
And
finger.
she crashed into the building on purpose trying to kill them.
Guys,
Because-
tit for
because her-
tat. Let's make
Because
it
her
funny.
father died.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
let's
she
make it
couldn't
funny.
live without her dad.
How about it's funny?
So weird.
Well, yeah, she was weirdly attached to her father.
Papa Bear.
So you're gonna look for a movie, Brett?
Oh, am I supposed to?
And we can follow everyone except Bruce Willis since we followed him here.
I'm sad that we don't do movies that were made to be bad, because our dancing assassin is in Rudy, The Return of the Racing Pig.
I
That's
hate
not
you,
a
Dave.
film.
That's not a real movie. I don't believe it exists.
I think my favorite part is it's just this. When you look up A Good Day to Die Hardian, this is it. Bibs.
Yeah.
Just bibs. Bibs.
Trailer shot.
Babs.
That shot isn't even the same in the movie.
No, it's not.
It's
And
different.
it's like trying to fool you to go watch this terrible film for boobies.
It's not exactly what it's trying
I
to
don't
do.
think that's what
It's
I was trying
a
to do.
movie shot, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen,
How
Of
about the
jury,
Final Destination 3?
I find this movie guilty of being crap.
Jai Courtney
Oh, come on. Don't go Jay.
Why
is,
not?
is in the Divergent series of movies.
No.
I'm well aware of that.
Insurgent, Divergent,
No.
etc.
We're not okay. So another rule of the podcast that I've just created.
Oh, no.
That
Boo.
unless-
Boo for rules.
Shut up, Brett. Unless we're doing a
Nope.
season dedicated to them, we're not doing young adult movies.
No.
We're based on young adult fiction.
We
like
did
that.
G-Force. How can we start making
That's not
rules?
good. Young adult
like,
fiction.
eventually we're going to do a
Oh,
Twilight
it's
season.
made for grandpas and grandmas.
Yeah, eventually we're gonna do a Twilight season, Brett. All of them.
I'm gonna be sick, unfortunately, guys. I'm so
You're going to be
sorry.
sick for a month and a half.
We'll just insert a clip of you saying you hate the movie. It'll be like you never left.
Perfect. I'd say Final Destination 3 is my best bet. It's a pretty movie. It doesn't matter. Horror movies are, terrible, but there's good horror movies and there's horror movies.
Jack Reacher.
No,
That's a good
that was
movie.
actually
Good
good.
movie.
Yeah.
I've never seen it.
It was
That's
actually
good.
pretty
I'd
good.
recommend it. You should see it.
Divergent is there.
No,
and-
Divergent is like a blockbuster.
Are you really gonna make me sit through Terminator Genesis again?
Terminator Genesis.
We're
is
not going to do that. It was
Why
also
not?
a blockbuster.
Yeah, and it was a horrible movie that nobody liked
Terminator Genesis is the reason I no longer like the Terminator franchise
as a whole.
as a whole.
Oh, come on.
Wow,
Did you see it
made-
already?
It made you dislike
he's the only one who's
first
seen it.
movie,
Oh.
even.
Terminator is so. This movie was so bad it made me go back into the past and eradicate any love that I loved for the franchise.
Oh, wow, that's harsh. That's,
was bad.
Which is pretty high praise for it being in the podcast.
Ah!
Zing. Got you, bitch.
Yeah, saying
Gaga
the
girl.
movie's bad is not the best way to say it shouldn't be part of the podcast.
And I'm the only one that's seen it.
Yep.
I saw it in the theaters.
Just like Freddy got
Dummy.
fingered.
Oh, you saw
Who
that?
would buy a ticket to that shit?
Did you see at least one of the trailers for that movie?
No, he's an idiot.
I really liked Terminator.
I really liked Terminator. I liked Terminator Salvation even,
Oh, dumb.
and that was not a great movie.
No.
It was better than Terminator 3
Ugh.
because Terminator 3 was really bad.
All right.
Don't we have that on DVD?
We got that as a gift. That was not our choice.
Yeah.
That was
Tune
not
in
our
next week where we tap into the hopeless abyss that is Terminator
What?
Genesis.
No, where's the vote? Where's the cast?
We already voted.
you guys.
3-1, you fail.
Oh, my calendar says I'm gone on
Go to
Friday.
DTLPodcast.com.
Don't forget to
Like us and subscribe. Go to Twitter. Ask us questions. We love you all.
Don't rate us if you think it's good. Go away and ignore us if you think it's
Yeah,
bad.
you all.
I feel like that wasn't worded very well, but people get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
I hate me.
I hate you as well, Dave. So let's see you next week.
The only person I love is the audience.
No, I hate them too.
Dad, just try not to make an even bigger mess of things.
My goodness.